I thought the cops were after me, so I ran across the country to California. Yes, it's true. I literally thought I was running for my life, and that's how I ended up here, and here's the story. Alright, so where this begins at, it all started at a Planet Fitness in my hometown. So one night I was working out, and I was working out like 7 days a week, and I was working on top of that with apps like Uber, DoorDash, like 12 hours a day, plus working out like 7 days a week. So I was exhausted with hardly no sleep at all. So one night I was working out and I did my workout, everything was good, and I left. And I was driving around my hometown and I get an email from the police department saying they want to speak to me about an incident that happened at the Planet Fitness I just worked out at. Now, remember, I didn't have no sleep at all, hardly at all. So my first thought is like, oh my gosh, did I do something that I didn't remember doing and they're going to arrest me? So my mind is going like a million miles a minute. And I'm thinking the first thought I got to do is get out of here, get as far away as possible. I'm like, if they're going to arrest me, they can do it across the country. So I then started just driving south, going as far away as possible, getting out of the state, getting as far away as I possibly could before they could catch me. I probably went about 800 miles that night, and my phone was going off like crazy. I was getting all these text messages from family members, the police department, and I'm freaking out here. Like, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I must have done something really bad I didn't remember. And I eventually I didn't even want to go on social media at all because I was scared they were going to track me. I was scared I was going to end up on America's Most Wanted. I mean, these were the thoughts I was going in my head because, first of all, I didn't have no sleep. And second of all, I'm just like, ugh, you know. So I probably drove at least 800 miles to, I think it was Iowa? I'm not sure. But I went all the way to Iowa that night. And I spent the night at a motel. And the next day comes. That night in Iowa, I probably didn't get hardly no sleep at all. I was so paranoid. And the next morning comes, I leave the motel and I go like another 800 miles, I think it was, to Oklahoma. And I have to escape blizzard warnings. There was blizzard warnings throughout the state. I think there was tornado warnings. I was getting like no cell service throughout some of the states, and I kept going all the way to Oklahoma. And by the time I got to Oklahoma, I get a text message from one of my parents saying, turns out it was mistaken identity. They thought you stole the coat, but I guess it was something else. I don't know, but they thought that I stole the coat out of the Planet Fitness or something. And in my mind, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I just ran across the country thinking I did something worse. And it turns out all it was a mix-up about a coat they thought I stole. I'm like, come on, man. And then, I'm sitting in Oklahoma thinking to myself, I'm thinking, you know, I'm already halfway across the country. I always had the dream to go out to California. I'm thinking, do I turn around now or do I keep going? So I probably took a good hour thinking about this. And I'm thinking, you know what? Let's do it. You know what? I'm young. I'm in the best time of my life. So I was like, screw it. Let's just go the rest of the way. So I probably drove another 800 miles. I think I was already in 1,100 miles in like 2 nights. Or something, I don't remember. And I then ended up in Needles, California, and spent the night in a motel there. And when I got to California, I was like, I was living in a dream. It felt like a dream. Like, it felt like my dream came true, which it did. And yeah, that's basically how I ended up here. So I was thinking to myself, maybe this happened for a reason. Maybe this was the push I needed to come out here, because I always dreamed about coming out to this state, probably since I was like 18 years old. I always wondered what it was like. But I was always too scared to do it because I didn't know what to expect. So I probably put it off. I put it off for years. And, you know, now that I'm here, it feels good. And it feels like I have a clear mind. So it feels like it's a whole new chapter in my life. So I don't know where this chapter is going to take me, but that's basically the story of how I got here. If you guys want to follow me on the adventure, see where this chapter in my life takes me, I would appreciate if you followed me or subscribed, or I have now Instagram, Snapchat, and I just created a TikTok, so I'm not sure how long I'll stay out here, but I gotta tell you, I feel a lot clearer. I feel like my mind's a lot clearer. I feel like I can think straight now. And yeah, I feel like a whole new person in me. Like, you guys can probably tell my personality is more cheerful, I guess. And yeah, let's hope to a better future. I don't know how long I'll stay out here, but I'm excited to see where this chapter in my life takes me. Hopefully you guys can come along on the ride. So that's it. Peace out. I'll try to make more videos if I can. And until next time, rock on.